Let's go to the next story. Let's talk market. Inflation eased more than expected in April, slowing to the lowest level since 2021. And obviously, this is the kind of stuff that the market's not going to be reporting on too much because why would they want to report on stuff like this? The Consumer Price Index, CPI, increased the seasonally adjusted 0.2 in April with the year-over-year inflation rate rising 2.3%, lowest since February of 2021. Core CPI also rose 0.2 as reported by the Bureau of Labor Statistics. Peter Earle, Director of Economics at the American Institute of Economic Research, said the April CPI report suggests that inflationary pressures in the U.S. economy remain moderate and relatively well-maintained. You know what this is leading to if it goes like this. Peter also said headline inflation rose by 0.2% on a month, slight pickup from March, but still indicative of disinflationary trend compared to the high inflation period of 2021 to 2022. The fact that nearly 40% of core components posted monthly decline points to underlying softness in the consumer pricing power, with shelter costs driving more core inflation, while leisure services like airfare and hotel lodging saw price declines. Obviously, if this continues, Tom, you know what happens next. Go ahead and tell us, Tom.
Well, Powell just told us a week ago that, hey, interest rates weren't going to come down. I'm going to stay right where I am. And I think the economy is okay. So there's nothing in the economy like crazy unemployment or, crazy inflation that would lead him to say, wow, let me just drop these prices down. Not happening. And what's interesting is this guy said pressures in the U.S. remain moderate and well contained. Boy, that's not kind of what you hear from the mainstream media. Tariffs are going to kill you. Tariffs are going to do this. Well, wow. Things are there. Now, the tariffs are in place, and we have to get, and I'll speak first and foremost on this, Pat, China, jobs for America, less reliant on China, long-term progress. That's what we need. We don't just need to have all the tariff talk and then the market gets back to normal and then we're all happy. The long-term thing is jobs and manufacturing in America and lower our reliance on China. Don't take our eye off the ball. And there still may be some pain to come. But right now, the inflation is under control. And by the way, going into the summer, airfare and hotels coming down. Airfare is being helped, Vinny, by fuel. So if oil is down, then fuel's down, and then the airline can give you a little bit better deal on your trip to wherever you want to go. Hop on Southwest and go to some place and enjoy yourself. And so that's what's going on right now. And it also means that interest rates are probably not going to go down. So the housing market on the buyer's side is probably not going to get any help on interest rates soon, but it's good news that the rest of the economy, that inflation came in lower than they thought. And by the way, lowest since 2021.
Weird.
When a stumbling, and I say this accurately, a stumbling, often incoherent, allegedly not in the seat, and several marbles short of a bag was causing inflation to go bonkers.
Well, what a difference 2 weeks makes, because at the 100-day mark we all kind of graded Trump, and collectively we gave him sort of a C minus, what have you.
B+.
Vinny's already given him A++++.
I knew what was coming. I said let him cook.
However, 2 weeks later, Trump has had an amazing week, and the numbers are in that favor. In 2 weeks, I've turned it from a C minus to a B+. You look at what's going on here. People say, it's the Trump slump. The economy's falling apart. We've been saying forever, play the long game. How long is this going to take? Don't look now. It's now the Trump bump. So, is it tariffs? Is it tactics? Is it bulls? Is it bears? Is it red? Is it green? Are the markets up or are they down? Well, don't look now. And Tom highlighted this as well. The market is now officially up since Trump took office. The S&P 500 wipes out 2025's losses as stocks extend rally. Now it's not up big, but is no longer in negative territory since Trump has taken office. So you couple that with the fact that inflation and CPI is actually improving, the best number since 2021. Inflation, unemployment, the rates are pretty stabilized. Things are looking great in Trump world, and now the next move is going to be on Jerome Powell to see if he actually takes Trump's advice and cuts the rate. But Trump's grade has just gotten way better in 2 weeks.
And also back, grocery prices, biggest decline 5 years. Just happened under Trump. Remember that.
By the way, let me put it to you this way. For me, my prediction is brace for impact, folks. I believe 2026 will be one of the top 3, maybe top 5 greatest years we've had in the history of America since 1776.
Wow.
Let me say it one more time. I believe 2026 will be a magical year. Let me explain to you why. First, it's going to be our 250-year anniversary, okay? Celebration.
Happy birthday, America.
That's unbelievable. Beautiful that we, as a democracy, made it this far, this long. It's not easy to do because most people, when you hand them a democracy, what do? The people destroyed within. And many times people have made an effort for that to happen. Thank God we have a person right now, a leader right now that's going around fighting the fight and leading the way and setting the record straight as America is the greatest country in the world where there's respect and there's fear and there's likability and the desire to want to do business with them. On top of that, you know what else happens in 2026? The World Cup is coming here. The world is going to be watching America. Guys, I just got the chills. Next year is going to be the most magical year we've ever had in our lives in America. If you're living in America, whatever you're doing, play offense. It's going to be very special next year. This year's going to be still disruptive. It's still going to be unpredictable. These deals still got to get done. Some of the stuff is still unpredictable. But next year, the way he's going to do with the World Cup in U.S., can you imagine all the world leaders he'll bring here? All the MBSs come here. All the all the people that are the presidents, prime ministers, everybody's going to come here. You're going to see picture, props, events, parties. You're going to see stuff like we've never, ever seen before in 250-year anniversary. You know what happened in Iran? The 2,500-year anniversary? It was also a spectacle when it happened. And he spent a lot of money on that event when it was a 2,500-year anniversary. I think President Trump's going to probably put a big ceremony and invite 150 world leaders, dignitaries, one by one. They're going to come here to a party, to an event by the White House. He's going to host it somewhere. And you're going to see IPOs next year will be on fire. You're going to see economy on fire. Again, folks, Brian Callen was here a couple months ago. He says, how many of your predictions come true? He says, 51%. He says, that's all you need. That's
right.
I'm like, listen, what do you want me to do? But I'm convinced next year it's going to be special. Brace for impact when it happened next year. I think it's going to be magical.
I fully agree with you, PBD. By the way, just in terms of dates, July 4th is our 250th birthday. Trump also turns 80 right before that. And then when is the World Cup? The exact same time in late June, early July. All boom, boom, boom going on.
Special 2026. Folks, get ready. It's going to be magical. All right, next story.